Okay, next question. This is from an INFJ. I'm thinking about joining a cycling club in my local area, having been inspired by my ENFJ friend and her outdoorsy comrades. I love this. The thing is, I feel like a bit of an outsider. Part of this is insecurity, but another part is the very real personality differences between me and the rest of the group. How can I be a part of the group while being sensitive to my baby SE, to my baby outward sensing? Okay, so what I'm assuming that you're talking when you're talking about your baby SE is that you're worried that you will overstretch them, that you're going to be using them too much in this situation. And that's a really good concern to have because you're not an extrovert predominantly. So it is very easy for activities such as cycling, which is very physiological sensory activity, to get into kind of overwhelming that baby extroverted sensing. If you do this for prolonged periods of time, which of course cycling often is, you don't go for a cycle just for 5 minutes or 15 minutes. You go for usually for an hour or several hours. So that's a good concern to have. What I would say to you is that if you can focus on bringing out the outward sensing, the unifier piece, and use that to relate to these people. So this is, as an INFJ, your inner parent part of you, then that will help the baby SE. So the baby SE doesn't feel like they have to be in charge the whole time. And of course, your friend is an ENFJ whose adult self is outward feeling unifier. So it's a good idea to get into a habit of just using the outward facing feeling part of you, which is actually a lot more strong than your baby SE. So the other thing is that you also don't have to go. So if these guys and girls are going out 3 times a week, you don't have to go out 3 times a week. You could say I can only do once a week, or I can do twice a week, or you could do less duration. So do, like, if they're doing a certain loop, you can go, thank you so much, everyone. I will see you next week. I'm just going to head home from here. This has been so much fun. So kind of be in that space with a lot of positive energy to a point where you start to feel strained and then move away from it. People usually understand if you just say, look, I'm not fit enough to do the whole thing, but I'd like to do a part of that thing. That is a perfect way and a self-sustaining and self-supportive way of saying, look, I can only do so much of this activity. You know, you don't have to do everything 100% the way that somebody else does it, especially when it comes to introversion and extroversion. They wouldn't be able to do 100% introversion stuff. So it's totally okay that you have trepidation about doing the extroverted activities 100% according to their scale. So yeah, learn to set boundaries around this. Learn to say, yeah, I can do it to this degree and then I can't. And fitness is a perfect excuse. Your fitness is a perfect reason to say, here, look, I can do this much, but I can't do this much. So can I still do this with you? And they'll probably say, yeah, that'll be awesome. So I hope that helps. That's how I would be a part of that group. Just be clear on what your boundaries are and getting, like, slowly ease into it as opposed to jump in and think you have to do it exactly the same way everybody else is doing straight up. And and just review, because the thing is that the more you use these outward facing parts of you, the more they will strengthen. So the stronger they will become. All right. I hope that answers that question for you. What a great question that is. And I hope that answers a question for a lot of us introverts who are in the outside world doing stuff, extroverted stuff. So, yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you an introvert? Are you struggling with your extroverted friends and activities? Is this helpful to know that, hey, you don't have to do it at 100% like they do, because your 100% actually looks different.